Hamilton's fire is fading fast, and this might be Lewis's final season in Formula One. Yes, even with a £100 million a year contract on the table, because money doesn't fuel greatness, purpose does. In this video, we're going to explore why the most dominant driver of the modern era, a man who once broke records with ease, may finally be letting go. And it's not just about performance, it's about identity, legacy, and the quiet unraveling of a champion who has already done it all. There was a time when Lewis Hamilton didn't just win, he defined winning, a well-oiled machine. The Mercedes and Hamilton show, precision, elegance, untouchable. Between 2014 and 2020, he wasn't just the face of Formula One. Record after record, pole after pole, a blur of silver and speed. While the rest raced, Lewis won, a living legend in real time, the perfect fusion of driver and team, confidence in motion, but even legends cast long shadows, and even the brightest fires eventually burn low. Hamilton is not the same man he was 3 seasons ago. The determination is still there, but the fire is flickering, and this might be the final chapter of a legacy built on speed, grace, and domination. How does a living legend quietly slip into the shadows? Stay with me, because the answer says more about those who excel with ease than any championship ever could. In 2021, Hamilton raced like a man possessed. Heart, hunger, havoc. The fire blazed brighter than ever. But then came Abu Dhabi. A finale meant for glory ended in chaos. The title twisted under pressure. The decision followed the letter of the rules. But something still felt stolen. And that kind of loss doesn't just cost points. It shakes belief. But maybe the cracks began long before. In 2008, he won his first title by a single point. Controversy swirled around Crashgate and the final lap drama in Brazil. A sudden slowdown from Glock changed history. Some fans still whisper about Ron Dennis in the Toyota garage. But one thing's for sure, Hamilton's story has always been touched by fate. Fate always seemed to lean his way, and Mercedes, unstoppable. Even with engines turned down, no one could touch them. Hammer time was dominance made routine. They had the ultimate team player, and Verstappen, always chasing shadows. But when winning becomes effortless, effort begins to drift. Hamilton started focusing on music, politics, global causes, noble causes. But history has shown us, when passion divides, performance declines. Schumacher drifted into philanthropy. Dele Alli fought personal demons. The spotlight fades internally before it fades outside. Then, in 2021, Hamilton came back, fully focused, fully alive. The fire roared, but so did the mistakes. Baku, Verstappen's tire explodes. Hamilton hits brake magic and drops to last. Imola, a crash, a lap down in 7th, then a red flag. He unlaps himself, a miracle 2nd place. In Baku, no unlap allowed. Same championship, different rules. Silverstone, he collides with Max, gets a slap on the wrist, still wins. Saudi Arabia, drives into the back of Verstappen, no penalty. The sport wasn't rigged, but it wasn't clean either. And when greatness starts to feel given, hunger dies, which shows the fire wasn't stolen. It was already dimming again. The numbers speak louder than the legacy. In 2024, George Russell didn't just match Hamilton, he beat him. 2 wins, 245 points. More consistent, more clinical. Hamilton, 223 points. 1 win that wasn't even earned on track. It came only after Russell's disqualification in Belgium. In qualifying, George had the edge almost every weekend, the apprentice outpacing the master with pure precision. And in 2025, the decline is sharper. In Austria, Hamilton finished 7th, outpaced by both McLarens. In Silverstone, his home turf, he struggled in changing conditions, while Russell and Norris led the charge. In Hungary, he complained about the tires, the car, the calls, but the truth was harder to hear. He just wasn't fast enough. Each race now feels like a reminder, not of what he's doing, but of what he used to do. He questions pit calls. He wonders why strategy never swings his way. Post-race, he avoids the mic. The smile lingers a second too long, trying to cover the silence behind it. And off the track, his gaze has turned outward. Activism, fashion, legacy, all powerful, all meaningful. But it's redirection, not reinvigoration, because when the mountain stops pushing back, the climb loses meaning. And when the top becomes routine, your eyes start searching for higher ground. Maybe the fire was never entirely his. Maybe it belonged to the machine all along. This isn't a fall from grace. It's something softer, sadder, more human. Hamilton isn't just losing races. He's losing the reason to keep racing. The contract says he's still wanted. The paycheck says he's still valuable. But legacy doesn't listen to salary. It listens to the voice in your head when the helmet comes off. The one asking, do I still want this? And the worse he performs, the more the questions pile up. Was it always just the car? Did the myth carry more weight than the man? One thing is certain, the car is slower. The teammates are younger, hungrier, the media noise is louder, and his confidence quieter. This isn't burnout, it's grief, not for a lost title, but for a version of himself he no longer feels. Yet, in helping others, the fire still burns, just not on the track, not where it all began. I guess what I'm trying to say is this: purpose must evolve, or it dies. The man who once chased speed now searches for meaning. What once drove him no longer fulfills him. Growth demands change, reinvention, and to become who you are, you have to let go of who you were. The philosopher Neil Donald Walsh once wrote, "Life begins at the end of your comfort zone." Maybe Lewis Hamilton isn't fading. Maybe he's just becoming. Because the goal was never to just win. It was to matter. And maybe now he's trying to matter somewhere else. Not the man chasing trophies, but the man finally running for himself. And with all this said, I fully believe this is his final year, because either he or Ferrari will end that contract if the fire doesn't return. This channel isn't just about stats or standings. It's about the quiet reinventions we rarely talk about. If you've ever had to let go of a version of yourself, you're already one of us. Some stories leave a mark. If this one did, leave yours too. But while Hamilton's fire is flickering, Verstappen's has become a wildfire. In the next video, we ask the question no one dares to: what happens when your greatest strength becomes your biggest threat? Watch now, why Max Verstappen snapped.